Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are talking about the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Into the Night palette. This palette was previously released, but it is making a comeback, so I figured we'd bring it out, show you what it looks like, and either help you decide if you want to buy this or remind you that you already have it in your collection, whichever may be the case. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload new videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel for all things makeup. Alright, let's go ahead and get into what details we do know about the palette, and I'm going to do this look with the palette just to give you an idea of one of many directions you can go with this color story. Alright, so here is the OG Glaminatrix Cosmetics Into the Night palette. I got it when it first came out, and looking at their video of swatches, shade names, the covering, like it looks pretty much the same. Like, it doesn't look like they really changed the colors. Maybe, I mean, like, it could be the lighting in their reel, but like Play Hard looks a little bit warmer in their swatches, but it pretty much looks the same as the OG. I'm taking that Play Hard shade and putting that in the crease to start with. So this palette, I know a lot of people have told me this is like the one that got away for them. So it's nice to see Glaminatrix bringing it back. And I know indie brands are like always kind of, I don't want to say pressured necessarily, but there's this kind of like people want something new. Like they tend to move on from palettes and not carry everything they've ever made all the time, so they can cycle out things that are older releases that people have already gotten and put in new things to attract customers. But it is nice, I feel like, because this one came out years ago, it is nice to revisit something so that it's like fresh again or new again, if that makes sense. And I wish some other brands would do that. Maybe bring back something that's been out for a while. Like I saw Odin's Eye just came out with their, is it the Stone and Jewel palette? One that's been out of stock forever they brought back again. And I'm like, that's really nice to see, especially when there's a customer demand for it and I've heard people asking about it. Or like read it online. I'm going to go with this deep purple Nightlife in the outer corner next. So I have not seen yet Glaminatrix say what the price is going to be on this palette. They've just released that it's coming out on May 31st at 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I know that Glaminatrix is not necessarily the cheapest brand, but to me that's kind of, it goes with indie brands and indie eyeshadows, but it is kind of a you get what you pay for in my opinion. Now, what I'll be curious to see is if they're going to have this in their US warehouse, because it used to be you could only get this stuff from Australia and you just had to bite the bullet and accept the fact that you were paying $20 in shipping to get it to the US. Since they now have a US warehouse to help with those shipping costs. However, I've noticed that they don't tend to put everything on that one that there is in their Australian shop, because I know there's some things that have come out that I would love to get that I'm like, just kind of waiting, hoping that that's gonna come to the American store here so that I don't have to pay $20 in shipping to get it. So we'll see if that happens or not. But a palette like this that's like this nice faux leather with like this stitching around, I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised that this is gonna be probably like a $50 US American dollar palette if I had to guess, maybe 60. That's just me totally guessing. Like I said, they haven't released the price point, but just looking at other indie prices these days, that's kind of my guesstimate. Oh, this shade is still potent, even though my palette is, like I said, years old. These shades are performing well. I'm going in right now with Bustling, which is this kind of like blurple, blue-purple duochrome shade. Really pretty. And just using like the darker shimmer on the outer portion of the eye to transition into a lighter shimmer from that dark matte purple. It's so pretty. I have not played with this palette in a while, so this is also a reminder to you if you have this palette or any of Glaminatrix's older palettes, because I saw they're coming back out with Sandra Rose too. Let me know if you want to see a look with that palette. I'm happy to do it because I know that's like one of their older releases that I got when they came out with the mini version of it. So I don't know if that's a mini again or not, but happy to play with palettes that are older that I already have for you guys. I'm gonna go now with Chaser, this like deep kind of berry. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on the lash line out here. And I'm debating. I know I've used this Top Shelf shimmer before, this pink one, and it's gorgeous. I'll leave linked from, again, years ago. I did like a Barbie kind of makeup, like really monochromatic hot pink when the Barbie movie first came out, and I know I used this palette and the pinks to make it, so if you want to see those shades in action, you can see them there. I'm debating between After Dark, which is this really metallic silver, or On the Rocks, which is more of like a sage green. I don't know. My shirt has like purple and pink and yellow. You know what? I'll go with a little silver. I don't think I've used After Dark that much. I know I use the greens because purple and green are my favorite eyeshadow colors, if you did not know. So I know I have given those enough love. Ooh, I like this because it looks like you could make it be a little bit sheer. Yeah, that's pretty. Or you could build it up. I was worried it was going to be like too liquid metal against the purple, but that's not the case at all. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm happy with this decision. I am very happy with this decision. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with Nightlife just to do a little bit of shadow liner here. And I think I'm gonna go a little, maybe Happy Hour in the inner corner. That's kind of like an orangey pinky. But that's like the lightest shimmer really I feel like we have for an inner corner shade, even though it's gonna bring like, I feel like a little more warmth into the look. It's okay. There we have it, you guys. What do you think? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see the color there. I really love this palette. Like, I have not given this love in a while, and clearly I should be because it's still a great performing palette. I'm gonna go ahead and add mascara, and a lip, and I'll be back to show you the completed look. All right, and here is the completed look. Just went for a neutral lip today. Wanted to let the silver and the purple kind of steal the moment here, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Super happy to dig into something from my collection, and that everybody else is going to have the opportunity to get this palette if they haven't gotten it already. Just a really fun color story. I feel like color is making a comeback, and I'm happy to see it. So if you like the color story of this, I think you're gonna love the formula on this one. Glaminatrix shimmers are some of my favorite shimmer formulas on the market. Yeah, so thanks so much if you made it all the way to the end, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!